Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number, the forecast for October 2023. Before we get into that, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading where we can take a look at your personal numerology, including your year ahead forecast, your diamond report, couples numerology, you name it, we can look at it. Just book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and I look forward to working with you there. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. Life Path 22-4. So this month for you all brings forth the energy of the 3, and your animal wisdom message comes from Elephant. So interesting energies here. So which do I want to start with? I think with Elephant. So with Elephant energy, there is this energy of like justice, right? Of the truth coming out. So a lot of times we use the analogy or the metaphor of the elephant in the room, right? When there's something that when some truth has to come to light, where uncomfortable conversation has to be had, where a deeper understanding might need to be had, right? And that elephant doesn't leave the room until it's addressed, right? Meaning like we move through the uncomfortableness to get to the comfortableness, to usher the elephant out of the room. And so I do think that that's quite significant that elephant is coming through at this time, especially in a 3 cycle for you all. So the 3 energy has a lot of different like vibrations, right? A lot of different meanings, but a strong meaning of the 3 is about communication, is about communicating with another in a way that you are expressing your own truth, your own honesty about what you feel, what you need. But you're also creating a safe space for that other person to be very honest with you as well. Even when we don't want to hear what they have to tell us, right? Like even when we don't want to hear that honesty, we're not prepared for it. And so, an example would be like, one person in the relationship is not happy and wants to move on, or this is no longer what they want type thing. We can either create a space where when they tell us this, we, take it personal and we get, irate and angry, and then the connection kind of ends in a not so great way, in a very sort of unhealthy way, in a dysfunctional way. Or we can create a space where, okay, well, this sucks. We don't love it, but we respect it, right? We honor the honesty of the other person, and we are responsive and not reactionary. And so with the 3 and with Elephant, I would say there could be a lot coming through this month where there needs to be those more heartfelt, honest conversations. And there needs to be space provided for the other person to also be very honest with you as well, without the reactionary response, right? Which is easier said than done, especially when it's something where there's emotions are charged. But with Elephant coming through, the 3 coming through in this cycle, this almost feels non-negotiable. Like this elephant is not going to leave the room until the conversation is had, until this is dealt with, released, and moved on from. So it'll just continue to be uncomfortable until it's dealt with. And so the way, of course, to do that is through healthy communication. So it's kind of like that sort of concept of, if we avoid having conversations to, so that we don't have to be uncomfortable, or so that we avoid conflict, we sort of avoid, that conversation and move into dysfunction, because not having the conversation and sort of just living with this massive elephant in the room is not functional. It's not healthy. And so I do think that there's that potential. And this doesn't have to be with a romantic partner. It can be with literally any connection, right? Where there's a conversation that needs to be had. It can be with a boss, right? With an employer. Just depends on your circumstances. But there's definitely a conversation that needs to be had here. The elephant needs to be ushered out of the room, and the only way to do that is through healthy communication. There's also something here about like righting any wrongs. So if there was an injustice made towards you, or you were, created some kind of injustice, you could sort of be called to pay the piper, so to speak. Or you could see things come to light that make it where you can move forward now from that in a much healthier way than perhaps you were moving before. Or you might be called to take accountability for your actions at this time, right? And truly take accountability for them and right any wrongs. If you are in a position where there was an injustice against you, and it's a situation where you can't sort of come to physical justice, so to speak, this could be a month where you're sort of asked to, seek out the help that you may need to come to some kind of energetic closure, right? So where you're able to sort of cut the ties to that sort of heaviness in some way, whether that's through, again, like working with a professional therapist or, whatever speaks to you, but that could come through as well this month. Again, we have eclipses this month, so pay attention to when I put those videos out for the new and the full moon, because I do think they're going to be significant, and because these are sort of the overarching themes that you all are working with in October, these eclipses are sort of happening under this umbrella. So these themes could be coming up quite a bit for you over the next 6 months. So again, it depends on what energy comes through for the new and the full moons. So pay attention to those videos when I put them out. But this is sort of the sort of keynote energy that you all are working with, is this elephant energy, and then that of the 3. So this can be a very social time as well. Elephants are very social energy. 3 energy is very social. You could see that this is a time to collaborate more, get your name out there more. You could see a lot of recognition coming in at this time. You could see people from the past coming up that where the timing might have been off previously, the timing is more aligned now, and you can either work together, or maybe it's for some kind of like deeper relationship that could come in at this time as well. Creativity could be at an all-time high, especially with this 3 energy, and the elephant is just big, right? So 3 energy is big, the elephant is big. So there's something here about like big creative energy, big creative life force energy coming through you. Could quite literally be starting a family or growing your family. Could also be, of course, like actual creative projects where, you're suddenly thrown into the spotlight, or you're getting major recognition for your work, or you're seeing the sort of pace pick up quite quickly. This can be a very social month. This can also be a very fast-paced month, right? Where your emails are blowing up, your phone's going off the hook, all these things. So it can be a very big month, or fast-moving month. But also one where it's like things just sort of seem to fall into place as if by magic almost. But the reality is that you've put the effort in prior to, and now you're sort of seeing things come together, sort of fall together. So that can be really, really, really good as well. But what really stands out to me, aside from sort of those deeper conversations, is how big this energy is for you 22-4s. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are sort of thrown into the spotlight and have to sort of fly by the seat of your pants and make it work, right? You could be thrown way outside of your comfort zone and have to figure out, all right, what do I do from here? How do I make this work? Because all eyes on you type thing. And you're more than capable of making it happen. You just need to, of course, be aware of your own limitations and call in the resources to help you with those limitations, which is absolutely possible under a 3 energy. You'll probably see people just start showing up, but you have to be open to working with them. You have to be open to receiving from them. So ultimately, this has the potential to be such a big month for you all. Just in so many different ways. So definitely take advantage of it in whatever way. I wouldn't even say in whatever way feels comfortable for you, because there is the possibility that this is going to be outside your comfort zone in a lot of ways. But finding comfort in the uncomfortableness would serve you better. So I hope it's a great month for you all. And remember, this is potentially the start of a longer, more sort of deeper storyline that will potentially kick off this month because of these eclipses. So you might not see it all come in at once in October, but I do think that this is potentially starting a storyline, or this is the culmination for a previous storyline where now you're seeing things come to fruition. So either way, big, beautiful month for you all. Take care, 22s. Bye for now.